Hey, thanks so much for joining me. It's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine. Whether you are going to join me live here in a minute or catch the replay. This week, I am actually featuring the For the Record stamp set as my pick of the week. And here is the stamp set. This is actually one that is going to retire in a couple weeks, or it could retire sooner than that. So it's in the January to June 2022 mini catalog. And confession time, I had to have this stamp set because I am married to a musician and a music teacher, so I thought I would use this a ton. And it sat on my shelf and did not get ink until yesterday. So I wanted to feature it before it retires. And if you have the catalog in front of you, I am looking at the mini catalog for January to June 2022, and it's on page 74. And the cool thing about this stamp set is it coordinates with the layering circles dies to cut out that big record. So I'm going to use it a couple times this week to show it, give it some love. But what I'm doing with it today is we are going to make a little mini note card size gift card holder. So here's the front, and then let me just kind of get this open here. Here's the inside. So I'm going to give you the measurements, and all the measurements will be below. This is pretty simple. These measurements, I probably wrote them down months ago and sat looking at them going, what am I going to use these measurements for? So I finally found my project for the measurements. Here's a quick look at the layering circles dies. So you get 16 dies, 8 with the regular circle shape and then 8 with the scallop shape. Those are pretty classic. And then I picked the perfectly penciled designer series paper. That's in the 2022-2023 annual catalog. So you get kind of, here's a look at one side. It's kind of the more of the graphical shapes, more of the black. And then here's the other side with all the floral shapes. So I kind of picked the retro style with the dot pattern, and then the dot with the record. So I thought that was kind of cute. So that's the paper I'm going to use. I'm going to put the camera down at my station and we'll jump in and get started. So while I point the camera down, don't get dizzy. Okay, so thanks so much for being here. Good morning, Janine. I'm going to see if I can find myself live. I had problems last week finding myself live, but I think it's working well today, so yay. Okay, so I'm calling this a note card size gift card holder because when it's finished, it's 3.5 by 5, which is the size of a note card. And it makes kind of like a gatefold note card. But I'm going to do the note card measurements separately. I'm going to do the stamping first and then just get that out of the way. So again, I'm using the For the Record stamp set, which could retire any day now. The thing about the January to June mini catalog is that once the last chance list comes out on the first of the month, things sell out very quickly. There's actually some things have already sold out. So if you have something on your list that could sell out, you better buy it ASAP. Let's just say that. So a couple things that have already sold out is the New Horizons suite and the designer series paper New Horizons. And just want to make sure, I think I'm okay. I'm stamping the You're Awesome stamp, and I'm praying that it does it right the first time, so not too bad. I'm using Memento because what I decided to do is color the heart in the record with my Stampin' Blends. So I'll put the measurements below, but the little tiny label is 1/2 inch by 2 inches. And then I'm just going to bring over a piece of white for the record. So I'm just going to ink this up with some Memento. And This is a 3.5-inch square, so what I want to do with this is stamp it first and then die cut it with my layering circles that coordinate. So of course I did one earlier and cut one out. So it'll look like this once you cut it out. So let's move to that step now. And then while we're here, let's just color this. So again, I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends. Hey, good morning, Bonnie. How are you? Thanks for being here. I'm going to use my Stampin' Blends. So this project, actually, if you change the blends, the cardstock, and blanking on something else. Yeah, the blends and the cardstock, you can actually make this any color you want. So this is kind of pink and girly, so it'd be great for a girl. But if you want to make this project for a boy, you can pick any other color, or because the paper is black and white, so you can color the paper any color you want. So I'm just going to do a quick, this is the light polished pink. And then I'm going to add a little tiny bit of dark in a minute and then just blend them together. I kind of want to go inside the black line because these bleed a little tiny bit, so I want to be careful. Okay, so that looks good. I'm just going to take the dark and make like a little C up here. And then I'm going to take the light and I'm going to blend out that little C. So I kind of want to pretend that I don't see that anymore, the line. And then voila, all set there. Okay, so if you don't have the blends, you could color this with lots of different things. I'm going to color the designer paper too while I'm here. So let me just check. Yeah, this is the right way. So I decided to color the designer series paper too, since it's black and white. And I kind of counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I see 8. So I just picked like the halfway mark, and I'm just going to do a quick color with my blends. And I'm only coloring half, but honestly, you could do the whole thing. I just thought this would be super cute because it's a gatefold card, so it opens halfway. So I'm kind of, and I was kind of looking for a retro look with this, with the record stamp. So again, if you don't have blends and you have the ink pad, you could pick up some color and color with a blender pen and your ink pad. You could take some ink on a plastic baggie or a plastic clear block and pick up the ink with a Wink of Stella brush and color with that. So if you don't have the blends, there's lots of other coloring options for you. Okay, I'm going to get the scrap paper out of the way, and let's do the gift card, the size, because it's a 3.5-inch by 10-inch piece of cardstock. And again, I'm using polished pink. And then you score at 2.5 and at 7.5. Okay, and that's going to make the finished size be 3.5 by 5, which is the size of a note card. So I am just going to give this, I'm going to actually do it on both sides, just a nice crease with my bone folder. And then let's decorate the front first, and then I'll decorate the inside. I decorated the inside to make a pocket for a gift card. You could also do money. I don't know, I was thinking like graduation. There were a lot of high school graduations in our area yesterday, but I know different parts of the country may have already done high school graduations, so it depends where you live. But ours have been kind of like this week and this weekend. So I don't know if I gave you the measurement, but it will be below. The designer paper here is 2.25 by 3.25. And let's do the inside while we're here. The inside, I have a piece of basic white, and let's just put this on. I wouldn't normally do it this way, but I'm just going to do it this way to save time for the video. So I'm going to make a pocket with some more designer series paper on the inside, but this is 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. And then what I'm going to do is I have another strip of designer series paper, which I'm going to line up and make a pocket. But I want to be very careful with this piece. I only want adhesive on the 3 sides. Okay, so I'm going to do the bottom and the edges pretty close to, as close to the edge as I can go as I knock everything out of the way. And then I'm just going to go right down where my white is. And that's going to make the inside pocket. So the designer series paper on the inside is 4 3/4 by 1 1/2. Okay, and then let me get my sample. I was looking all over for a gift card, so I ended up with just finding a Panera one. So let's just slide that in. It will be better once this is dry, but there's my gift card inside. So you could also do cash. You could fold up some cash in half and slide that inside too. So let's go back to the outside now that I have that part done. I am going to put the record kind of right in the middle, but I want to be very careful because I only want my adhesive on my designer series paper side, okay? So we have a couple options here. I'm going to actually use Stampin Dimensionals. So what I am going to do is just make sure my dimensionals are only on the designer series paper. So let me grab them. Here we go. And honestly, I just did this yesterday and I can't remember how I did it, but I think I just put like 3 here and 3. You can kind of use this before you take your backings off. Use this as kind of like a guide, and I just did like 3 more. So I did 6 total on one, only on one side now. Now I'm going to take off my backings. And then I want to show you how I did the closure with my little sentiment. I want my sentiment over here, but the sentiment is also going to act as a closure. So I am going to put on one side, the side that's got the your, a little bit of Seal Plus. Okay. And, oh shoot. Make sure that doesn't show like that. Okay, so on this side, I'm going to put some liquid glue. And this is not going to hold forever, but I'm going to flip this open. And I'm going to put a pretty good amount of liquid glue here. So hi, good morning, Millie. Thanks for being here. So now what you have to do is you have to let your liquid glue, you have to set this aside to dry. So let me get the original sample for you. I'm going to sneak this out of here. So once you let it completely dry, the liquid glue, it's called multi-purpose liquid glue. So you might be kind of saying, what's the multi-purpose? So the multi-purpose is once you let it dry completely, is it becomes repositionable. But it's not going to stick and unstick forever. But, and you know, for making this and giving this as a gift to somebody, you'll be able to, you know, stick it and unstick it, obviously, a few times. So once you let it completely dry, you can unstick and restick the liquid glue. And I'll try to give you a close-up, because this is what it looks like when it's completely dry. So I hope you like that tip. I know a lot of people use the liquid glue. You know, I use it for like my designer series paper and my cardstock, but I don't know if you ever knew that it was repositionable. It does say it right on the bottle, that it's repositionable too. And then I just finished this off with a matte black dot. I like to use the larger ones. Ooh, well, I can't show you, but anyways, because I have it upside down drying. But I just used the larger side liquid glue, put that on with my Take Your Pick tool. And that is a cute little gatefold note card size gift card holder. So I hope you try this. Actually, it would be really cute for Christmas. We're going to have a lot of new Christmas products coming out, but you could do it for Halloween, fall, birthday. You could, you know, make this for any occasion whatsoever. And of course, by just changing the blends and the cardstock, you could make it and for a boy or a girl or man or a woman based on your color choices. So I just want to give a couple announcements before I sign off today. This month, the month of June, the kits collection are on sale. So it's buy one of the kits and you get a second one 50% off. So make sure you check those out. They're all-inclusive kits, so they make great gifts for people because everything is included in the box. If you are going on vacation in like July or August and need something to bring with you on vacation, you could just bring a kit or two to keep you busy. Or if you have kids out of school for the summer, it's a great project. And there's all sorts of different kits for different themes, so make sure to check those out. And then I am running a Sweet Summer Special, and if you order over $30, you get a token from me for your order. If you attend one of my events, if you purchase a class to go, or if you refer a friend to me, I am running a special now through August 31st, 2022. And in my September live, I am going to draw 3 winners for shopping sprees for that summer special. So make sure you check that out. I'm going to bring the camera up at my face for the last couple announcements. Oh, hi Cheryl, good morning. Thanks for being here, so cute. Yeah, you're a polished pink girl, so I kind of sort of did think of you a little bit when I was making this, but very cute, Janine. Thanks so much for being here, ladies. And yeah, I just wanted to give another shout out to the January to June mini catalog. It does retire at the end of this month to make room for new products that are coming. So June 30th is the last day for that catalog product. And remember, if there's something on that list that you want, those items are while supplies last only. So there are a couple things that sold out. I don't know if I mentioned them earlier, but I'll just do it again. It's New Horizons Sweet Collection. And the New Horizons Designer Series paper is already sold out. The Soaring Swallows bundle and stamp set is sold out. And the Hey Sports Fan Sweet Collection, the bundle and the stamp set Hey Sports Fan are already sold out. So anyways, make sure you get your orders in. I am featuring the For the Record stamp set this week as my pick of the week. So on Tuesday, there'll be a project on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com featuring this stamp set. And let me tell you, I made it yesterday. It's super cute. And I did heat emboss the record. So this stamp set is like so amazing when you heat emboss it. So make sure you check that out as well. And I'm going to sign off. I'll have a link below with all the measurements, and I'll have links below to join my mailing list if you're not already on my mailing list and want to join. Have a great week, everybody.